Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I know I didn't post any videos in quite a lot of time, but here we are back. So in this video I wanted to tell you the journey of my cattleya dowiana. As most of you probably already know, this is my favorite orchid. I bought her in 26 January 2016 from an orchid shop in Germany. At that moment it was very cold. It was shipped to me through airplane in a heated pack, and it arrived to Romania in 3 days without any heat damage. At that moment the orchid was quite big, but it was advertised as 1 year from flowering size. It was quite an expensive orchid because this species is quite rare and a bit fussy in other people's opinions. And it was potted in bark. It was well rooted, but at that time I didn't really know anything about not anything, but I yet didn't know to wait before I reported. So yeah, you should only report cattleya orchids, especially only when they are in active growth of roots from the newest growth. So if you can see in front of you, you have a huge new growth, and most of the cattleya orchids have a specific habit of growing roots. So either they will start to grow the roots from an immature growth, either they will wait to grow them when the new growth is almost fully mature. It depends from orchid to orchid, and I didn't wait to find out what habit this new orchid had, and I reported it in winter. And that was a bad idea. The orchid lost all her roots. This particular orchid pushes up new roots from mature growths. So she is not going to grow new roots from this shoot until the leaf will be completely opened, and most probably I will have buds. As you can see, this new growth, has a sheet inside. You should be able to see it in between the leaf, which is still almost closed. After that I potted her in a mixture with ceramis, and I didn't like that to my orchids, and at some point I moved her into semi-hydro, the normal version, and at some point about I think 3 years ago I moved her in semi-hydro with self-watering pots, and from that time the orchid performed the best in my opinion. The orchid is fully rooted. This orchid is supposed not to like water, which is not the case in my opinion. Now I see that I don't have any more water in the reservoir. I'm going to water it, but it's still moist, so that is good. Other than that, this orchid is not bought from Schwerter. I don't know why I think I switched the tags, but this particular one, it's not from Schwerter anyway. From that time she bloomed 2 times for me, and she didn't particularly follow the patterns that are described on the internet for this one. So this is the first year when she is growing accordingly to those patterns. So this orchid is supposed to start to grow a new shoot in early spring or late winter, and she is supposed to be in full bloom somewhere in between May or June, as I recall. Well, my particular one bloomed 2 times in autumn or in late summer, because the pattern of growing wasn't the normal one for her. I think that this orchid has been through some stress before. So when you import an orchid from a nursery from another country, or maybe even from another continent, sometimes the orchid is going to take 2, 3, sometimes even 6 years to fully adjust. And I think that now she is at her full strength. As you can see, the newest growth has been this one, which has bloomed. The previous one has been this one, which didn't bloom, I don't know why, and the previous one has been this one, which bloomed again for me. And she performed well. I think that this growth is going to be a big one. Sometimes this orchid grew intermediate pseudobulbs in winter when she is supposed to rest, as some experts, let's say, and she grew smaller bulbs, but the orchid was well rooted. She didn't have the light that she needs, because this orchid loves the light. Another thing, this orchid is going to push up the buds as the pseudobulb grows, and as the leaf opens, I should already be able to see the buds inside the sheath. This has happened the 2 times that the orchid bloomed in my care, so that is a good thing. So either from that, she is getting fed as any cattleya would, with quite a high amounts of nutrients, because you can see that she has a huge growth. So usually she is watered at all times with fertilized water when the water gets empty in the reservoir. This sometimes happens in a week, sometimes happens in a month, but at the time I'm giving her fertilized water, usually at about 150 ppm of nitrogen. I think that would be in my city at about 450 ppm in total, because I don't have anymore the reverse osmosis system, so I'm using tap water. Either from that, I'm not sure what else to tell you. I'm going to post pictures, maybe some small clips from when she bloomed, and a picture with how she looked originally. She's a big orchid, she's a healthy one. You can see that I don't have any marks on the leaves except this one, which showed on the bloom from this bulb, and I was freaked out because I thought that my precious orchid, expensive one by the way, has got a virus, but the bloom from this bulb didn't show anything, and the leaf is clean. So I always recommend, when you think you have a virus orchid, to wait for 1 or 2 years. Keep it separate if you have the space, because sometimes it's not a virus, not any streak, it's a virus. Yeah, and as I said, she adapted. She was divided twice. I sold some divisions from her, and yeah, I think I might make another division in the future when she is going to fill up the pot at about this place, I think, because that would make 3 bulbs with leaves and 2 leafless ones, so that would be big enough. I think I will try to keep the orchid oriented this way, so the bulbs are going to grow in that side, so maybe I make her circle the pot. I'm going to try. I learned this method from Bumblebee, by the way. Very nice orchid channel. So yeah, guys, either from that, I really wanted to ask you to write me comments down below to say what type of orchid videos you would like to see from me. And yeah, Another thing that I wanted to say, it is that it's spring, and as always we should pay a closer attention to our orchids in this time. So I think the next video I'm going to show to you what I do for them in spring. I do some treatments, some preventive treatments to keep them healthy, and yeah, I'm going to post more updates soon. I'm not going to write any more descriptions and tags and things like that that would take from my time, because I really don't have much. And I will try to post simpler videos, so I can keep you up to date with what happens in my orchid collection. See you all next time. Bye bye!